everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Yak Shack Podcast. We're your hosts, Alan
and Jessica. We're going to be discussing some of your favorite topics,
but mainly kayaking,
a little bit of fishing,
plus
we're going to have a real good time.
Let's get to it.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 11 of the Yak Shack Podcast.
Ow! So excited to be here, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're tuning in on air day, then it's Friday.
Woo!
Hope you have an amazing weekend, and this is a great start to it. If you're tuning in throughout the rest of the week, I hope you have a great day.
Yes, and we are very excited about this episode. We have yet another special guest with us to talk a little bit about his company.
That's right. Another fellow entrepreneur and businessman, jack of all trades, Brandon Elrod with Kayak Kushion is going to be joining us. And a lot of you guys and gals may have his product, in your kayak, and you've gone out and just had a little bit more enjoyable time because your back and your butt didn't hurt so bad.
Exactly. I know I am a big fan of his product. So let's go ahead and get him on the phone and talk to him a little bit.
Sure. Let's give him a call. All right. I think we got Brandon on the line. And with that, Brandon Elrod with Kayak Kushion. Thank you so much for taking some time, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it and love everything y'all are doing.
Thank you. Yeah, this is
that means a lot.
We're excited to have you on. We can't keep kayak cushions in the store because they fly off the shelf every time we get them in. So
that's right. And kayak cushion with a K, guys, and you got to find they are lifesavers.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm going to ask you a question. How did you get started with Kayak Kushion? I know that's a pretty broad question.
How many trips did it take? Was it half a trip before you were like, I'm making something for people's butts? This is crazy.
Probably, let's see, I got into kayak fishing about 6 years ago, give or take. And it took a true marathon weekend, a true Saturday, Sunday, all weekend. And then that sciatica starts kicking in, and my background and my degree is it's in kinesiology, and I do a lot with ergonomics and that side of profession, and so I knew a lot about back and posture and how to maintain and take care of your body and stuff. And I never had sciatica. And I was like, there's got to be a better way.
Right.
It's most of the my cushion I sat on was gel based. It was a sit on top, but it didn't have a rigid seat. But it was a gel based, and causing the pressure points and your hips sink down lower than they should. I wasn't really fishing. I was pretty miserable. I was just stretching, and I was just casting pretty much. I wasn't truly using any technique, So I'd get out of the water and I'd stand up, get on the bank, and I was like, there's got to be a better way. And it took about 2 years of, getting the design right and a size that was universal. Some boats it doesn't necessarily work on 100%, but it's pretty close. And I had to get the concoction to make the guts, which the insert, as y'all know, it's a proprietary patented blend of keep it from getting funky and smelly while everyone gets wet. So it was a long weekend, like you said. It's pretty simple. Back starts hurting, and lower back starts going numb, and hey, there's got to be a way. So honestly, had a problem, try to find a solution.
And so you were kayak fishing, right? You weren't just like paddling around, running rivers.
Well, see, I do as much recreational as I do fishing. So I was putting in some seat time recreational through the week, just paddling and pretty much getting exercise. And then I had been pre-fishing, and it was a Saturday, Sunday tournament, sun up to sundown, and it was unbearable. Could barely stand, and I was like, let's try this, and got it in the hands of some people. They're like, you got to sell this thing. So we're here now, So
here we are. How long ago was that?
Man, I probably made the first design 3.5 years ago. I wanted to get it dialed in. Seen a lot of mishits in the industry and just in any type of entrepreneurship. I've seen a lot of people release a product too soon. So 2 years in, got it in the seats of people, and they're like, still using it 2 years later. This thing's awesome. And so took it live, and still growing it now. And, being a one man show is a lot tougher than people think. They think there's a bunch of us, but it's just one of us.
Well, I'm proud of you, man.
We can relate to that small team.
Yeah, at least I have one other person.
Yeah, y'all are blowing up. So that's y'all are feeling the stress on that side too. So
true.
Yeah.
We put the the kayaks out there, but everybody needs to be comfortable, and so I had been kayak fishing. I mean, I kayaked in middle school and stuff, and kind of forgot about kayaking. And then in college, one of my friends mentioned his bass fishing kayak, and I've been kayak fishing now for almost a decade. And it's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, I was in a boat, pretty much in a kayak my whole life. I lived 30 minutes from I grew up 30 minutes from the Ocoee River of Whitewater.
Oh,
and
yes.
Everyone's in a kayak or some type of, personal boat of that sort, where there's inflatable or some of that sort. So, I mean, yeah, it's grown exponentially. So, I mean, and, what we recreationally or fishing, you're putting in some serious paddle time. And so comfort is key, and just trying to make something, that's durable. And, I'm not saying it's a solution for everybody, but I feel like a lot of people enjoy it. And hey, if it helps them stay on the water and then get outside away from everything, that's all this is about. So.
Yeah, we see a lot of people interested in Kayak Kushion when they want maybe an inexpensive kayak, and they're kind of sacrificing that seat, but then they know that if they have the cushion option as an add-on, it's fairly inexpensive, and it helps them enjoy their trip because they are going on the cheaper side of their kayak.
Correct. And I mean, it gets used so much more in high-end kayaks too. Mm-hmm. But my honest original plan was, hey, not everybody, if someone's buying 4 kayaks for their family and getting into it, if you're forking out for 4 boats, you're not going to be able to buy 4.
What's money? What is money?
4 top shelf boats. So, you're going to sacrifice. And I hate to see someone buy one and then first trip out, their family, it's on Facebook Marketplace for sale because their seat was so terrible. And it's like, let's try to find something. And it's, it sucks when you see somebody, just give up on it. And I've been in them. I've had them. I've tried them. Everyone's been in a tough boat that's just not, it's just not comfortable. And it's, for one, you're tense because you're afraid you're going to flip it. It's
right.
9 foot long, and it's 8 foot long or 10 foot, and it's just you're tense, and that just doesn't help any kinetic chain for the low back, and then you sell it and you never do it again. So it was an idea to see, hey, try this out, and so many people that don't even kayak use it. They just throw it on their stadium bleachers at a football game.
I love that you said that. Yeah, we've actually taken it to baseball games.
Yep. I forgot it once and was like, that will never happen again.
There was one time I was in absolute tears for those bleachers, and I was like, we should have brought our Kayak Kushion, so we never forgot it after that.
Yeah, I was actually at a music festival this weekend. I took mine in and just sat on it. I had so many people asking me about it, and it's just nice. I just wanted something that had multiple uses, whether you're camping and just sitting around a fire. It is kayak, but so many people do so many different activities. Office seats, in your truck, your car. So it's just was trying to have something that was multi-use, not just kayak. So
it's genius. And I like how you said that it's also in high-end kayaks, because Alan and myself, we both have really expensive kayaks, I would say, for the most expensive one we
had to save our pennies for a while, opening the store.
Yeah.
It took, probably 10 months. Yeah, we're 10 months into the store if I finally was like, maybe we should get one of ours.
But, we have Kayak Kushions because of a different purpose. We're bass fishing these tournaments, and we're out there for 9 hours, and I don't care what kind of seats on your kayak, you're going to start having some soreness if you don't have some sort of support.
Yeah, and that's what's, I've had quite a few kayak manufacturers reaching out here recently wanting to, private label it, which I don't care. It's
Right.
It's the same product, and so you can make the best seat, but that seat may work for people, which is fantastic. You don't have to spend more money,
Sure.
but a lot of people they want it and they need it because of pre-existing circumstances or surgery or strain. So if it's good, why not make it great? It's kind of like people tell me, like, man, it's comfortable, but this feels like a lazy boy. So, and that's what it was about. I mean, I've got a paddle board that I use most of the time, and then I've got my other boat that's a pedal, and then I've got a tandem that's a paddle. So I use them in all of them. My paddle board, I use it for my knees, or I stand on it when I'm standing up. So it's people just think it's one dimensional. Like, oh, I don't fish tournaments. I don't need one. I'm like, well, it's not just for that, but it's cool. Try it out. If maybe get your hands on one. If you see me at a boat ramp, you're more than welcome. I'll let you use one for the day. So. It's just try it, I just try to tell people that.
Exactly. And I try to tell folks too, you're not going to miss it if you've never used it before. It's the same.
Correct.
There's a lot of other features and things that you may want out of your kayak fishing experience that if you've never had a rudder, right? If you've never had a really nice seat, you're going to really miss those things when I take them away from you. And I'd say the first thing I'm going to miss my kayak cushion.
Yeah.
I completely agree, and it's always awesome. And I mean, that's one reason I truly enjoy it when someone sends me an email because it's my favorite accessory, or I don't leave home without it. I'm like, you truly make my day with that. You do enjoy it. Like you said, it's a rudder. Get in a boat when you have a rudder, take a rudder off and go down a river. It's miserable. Or for me, being a taller guy, it's a extended paddle. It's having above factory paddle because you get soaking wet. You'll be soaking wet if you don't have an extension on it. So it's the elements while you're on the water that you adapt, and it's one of those accessories I feel like people enjoy. And I got the lumbar that's probably next month I'll have it launching. So
nice.
A little sneak peek for the Yak Shack podcast. I like that.
Yeah, it's I put the finishing touches on it today, and I'm getting a couple of demos finished, and it'll be able to be put with a back on the back of your seat. It'll string through the buckle and strap around the seat. So it'll be launching. That's probably been the biggest thing people have been hitting me up about is a lumbar to be a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
So people I don't lean back on my seat all the time. I really sit up when I'm fishing. Like I don't sit back.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I've had one for about a year that I've been working on, and every time I'm fishing a tournament, someone asks about it. So, yeah, it keeps your back kind of neutral, low spine. It's going to keep your lumbar neutral. That way, when you're fishing, that doesn't act up on if you're flipping a jig or punching grass or whatever you're doing, it keeps you kind of neutral. And there's something else to help out. It's even driving or office. Once again, it's just multi-use. So yeah, be on the lookout. I'm sure we'll get you all some down there in the shop for sure.
That would be awesome. And I like that you listen to your customers for feedback. That says a lot too about your business and, adapting to, what they're asking for, because really we're all in it for our customers, right? And so it's really nice that you're innovative in that way too.
Yeah, I mean, it's you get some crazy ideas, and then you get some great ideas. I mean, it's,
I'm sure you get a lot of
nothing but good ideas.
A lot of crazy customizations and everything else.
Yeah, it's my first design was my design, and it had 40 buckles on it. It looked like, and it was ridiculous. And so I started chopping them off, and I got people trying it, and they gave me ideas. I've got another one that'll be launching probably next year, a new design with it. And so just switching it up. Got some different things just working on. But the lumbar's probably been the most sought after. So we're, I'm excited to get that out there just to see how it goes. And, you get timid. The first one was pretty successful, and you want to take your time on your second product. So, yeah, it'll got both shapes now. The round one will be available to outfitters, and we'll get one in y'all shop going into the first of next season. So yeah.
And just to give the listeners a visual, I just want to kind of explain, it's about a 15 by 12 inch pad that's about an inch thick. And it's a proprietary material that you've made that can be waterproof and can take on water. It's very, very resilient. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's around 18, like you said, about 18.5 by 14, 18 by 14.5. It's an inch and a half soft, which I call original, and then you get your firmness, which I use a firm, which is, I'm 6'3", 230, so I like the firm, but my wife likes the original. So,
Gotcha.
it just depends. It just depends on mattress preference is always my example. And, it's got perpendicular buckles on it. So, depending on your seat, you may not get to use one of the straps, but one of them will strap to it.
Yeah, good point. Strap your stuff down, everybody.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The thing is there for a reason. Yep, it does not float, but it does a lot of things, okay? Come on. You can't have it all.
Yeah, it is not Coast Guard approved. I will tell people that. So, it's got a zipper on it so you can take it out, wash it on top of the dishwasher, just throw it on the top shelf, or you can throw it in a pillowcase and throw it in the washing machine. But take the insert out because you want to keep there's silver in there that'll keep it from getting funky, and
Gotcha.
so that way you don't get any type of mold or fungus on there. So
Yeah, I actually just washed mine recently, and it was amazing because I'm one of those people that like my kayak to be super clean, and Alan's like
No.
the more slime the better.
Yeah, I wanted to read the pond scum.
my boat's disgusting, so I can't vouch for. I even have the kayak cleaner that I have online that's still getting promoted, and I use it, but honestly, I use it more on the inside of the boat to get like garlic or dye or whatever it is on the inside of it. So
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite place to kayak? Not the honey hole now, just like what's your favorite body of water to kayak fish, and what kayak are you kayak fishing out of?
I live about 30 seconds from the Tennessee River on the Chickamauga Dam. So
that's my old stomping grounds. I'm from Dalton, Georgia.
Oh yeah, so I was in Dalton this morning.
Wow.
Chickamauga Lake, anything Tennessee River, but
solid choice there. I can't argue.
Yeah, it gets pressured a lot and it gets old a lot, but Tennessee River mostly. I like any of that chain, but depends. I have a Crescent paddleboard. I truly enjoy for recreational. Around downtown Chattanooga, I love paddling it for exercise and just getting on the water. But tournament boat, I have a Hobie. That's my PA. Enjoy it a lot.
Is it a 14 or?
I got a 14. Yeah,
Sweet,
I enjoy it for being my size. It's a good boat, and I go through boats like most people go through socks. I feel like
we see that a lot.
I rig it up and sell it. It's just I always want to try something new. So I've had quite a few boats, just wanting to demo it, and that's how the seat got to where it's at. You got to, had Jackson, had a Native, had a Vibe, got Crescent,
nice.
Had a Wildy, Bonafide. I've been a lot of boats, so if you don't put your product in them and try them out, your customers, you can't tell them the truth. A new canoe. I had one of those, and it's just had to test out my product on them. So,
and Jessica mentioned it. We have feel-free Dorados, and it's about a $400 patented seat when you break it all down. And
I had a Lure 11.5.
I still use my kayak cushion,
and
I'm either leaning. It's either on my back or I'm sitting on it. But eventually, I want two, so I can lean on one, sit on one, just be ultimate luxury.
Mm-hmm. We were with some people on Monday, and we threw them in our seats, and they were like, "What is that thing?" And so we went into this whole conversation. We literally was going to actually say towards the end of this that we are going to have to contact you again because we're out of them once again.
That's always a great problem. Yeah, it's funny you bring up Feel Free because one of the first boats, one of my great fishing friends and best friends, Feel Free 11.5, when I first started messing with it, I measured that seat, and it was It was one of the first ones. It'll fit that thing like a glove.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first boats because their seat at the time was probably about 4 years ago was about the most premier seat there was in kayaking. I mean, just luxury wise, it was very comfortable. And it still is. It's and that was one of the first designs. It's funny. It was the lime green 11.5
Nice.
lure. Yeah, it's a great boat. And yeah, he had it, and I was like, I got an idea, and let him try one, and that's kind of where the lime green color came with and then the Hobie obviously with theirs, and so yeah,
that's awesome.
It's a lot more simpler than a lot of people thought it was. I was like, these colors, I like these colors. Problem is, I got 14 colors now.
Right, I have the aqua one. I love that color.
That's my favorite. That's funny because that's my favorite too. So I wanted seafoam green, but seafoam green, it's just too hard to hit it. So
yeah,
I've got a desert camo kayak, so mine's the like khaki.
Yeah.
Tan.
Yeah. The desert storm tan. That's where that color came from. And we have a lot of military guys that really like those colors. So the new product that will actually be available this weekend, and y'all may want to get pre-ordered on for y'all's store, is the camo cushion with K's.
My goodness, yes.
it is water resistant. It's all mossy oak patterns. There's 4 patterns. So if anyone deer hunts and fishes, this will work both ways.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll get in touch with y'all. I'll shoot y'all a message and maybe get y'all a few down the store and see how they go. But yeah, it's same dimensions as a square, but it is a water-resistant polyurethane coated mossy oak pattern.
Very nice. We actually just had a guy today saying that he was looking for a hunting kayak.
Yeah, it's so popular because so many people can paddle to somewhere that isn't public land or just hasn't been hunted so much or pressured, and so they'll paddle out and kill and field dress it and bring it back in a kayak, which is one of my favorite things to see. It's so interesting what people do with these boats now.
So with the progression of the kayaks and how they've really come a long, long way the last few years, where do you see Kayak Kushion kind of evolving with that? I know you mentioned some new product, but I mean, where do you see you guys in a few years? How can we help you?
I like working with outfitters as yourself. Y'all are one of my probably first 5, maybe first 3 that I'm working with.
Oh, man.
Y'all are right the road. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, first of many, my friend. Seriously. I mean,
so it is growing. I mean, I got a list of outfitters that I'm working on this winter because last thing I want is to put in an order and it take exponentially amount of time because, as everybody knows right now, supply of everything's real tough to get in.
Amen
whether
to that, brother.
Yeah.
Boats are tough, and it's tough on everybody. Whether it's just a different time right now, and so nothing we can do about it. So I want to make sure they can get them in, and before you bring in a ton of new outfitters. But very blessed to I've shipped all 50 states, which has been cool as a one-man show. So
that is epic, man. Congratulations.
Well, and you're not even counting the states that we've shipped to from our store.
Yeah, heck yeah. You got some double ups and some randoms. Favorite.
Yeah, because I don't have a brick and mortar, so that's why I like working with outfitters they can come in there, feel it, test it, look at a boat, maybe they buy a boat and add that color, maybe personalize. That's all a lot of kayaking is just personalization. And so, it's a product you got to feel and test, but, everyone says go on Amazon and, some bigger places. And it kind of loses the whole idea of what I would really want to do with it, So, I like outfitters. I always like shop small and local. So, and that's the whole point is, y'all done. I can't even think of how many orders y'all done now with me. It's been quite a few. So, that's what it's about, y'all.
There's a lot of comfy kayakers out there. Let me say.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get in a boat and test it, and you can't do that just ordering online. And so, hopefully you just keep growing and new products will be coming. But the camo cushion, I've been pretty excited about. I got a really good friend that's in the archery business, and he gets asked about it. So it was time, and it's been kind of my secret on the back burner. So I'm glad it'll be live this weekend, and we'll get you some down there, and y'all shop and I know in y'all's neck of the wood, everybody hunts. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, and there you go, man. So, like, I guess I want to leave it with one more thing. We ask a lot of our guests, what's hitting lately? What are you catching them on? Come on.
Oh man, it's crappie season for me now.
Oh yeah, that's my type of season.
That's not a problem at all. We can go crappie fishing anytime.
Crappies, that's probably my favorite species, which everyone makes fun of that. But I'm all about fish fries and entertainment and having a fire and frying fish. So yeah, crappie season. It's Bobby Garland all day. So,
there you go. I love it.
I wish I was on the water more, but mostly it's been a lot of recreational paddling. I hate to burst any bubbles on the fishing side, but hey, it's out there and getting a good sweat in and get some exercise in. So yeah, I'll be hopefully next week I'll be chasing some crappie and some white bass on some underspin. So yeah.
Very nice. Then you're going to fry them up and sit on your campfire kayak cushion chair and enjoy a good little meal.
Yeah, dude, that's the whole around a campfire when you cutting firewood, it just fits perfectly on top of a cut piece of firewood or a cooler. So, yeah, cornmeal and some vinegar and usually mustard with that on the
I'm
fish.
Hungry.
So,
Man, you make me hungry.
it's that time of year.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, this has been great.
No, seriously. And we all got to get together and fish at some point.
Yeah, we got to come see you in Tennessee.
I'll be making my rounds towards y'all probably towards December. So, yeah, I look forward to getting down there in that area. It'll give me some time. I want to come down there and see the shop and see all the new good things going on.
We can show you our little crappie honey hole.
That's right. I was about to say, that's primo crappie time right there.
Yep.
Y'all's neck of the woods has got some great holes. I lived in that area during college.
I watched a video of a guy crappie fishing today randomly, and he accidentally caught like a 10-pound bass that just destroyed his crappie on the way up to the boat. I was like, my Lord.
It's always funny because I've caught some very nice bass, just 2-pound tests on a light tackle, and it's something I've ever had. So, yeah, I mean, if they're crappie are biting it, bass will be biting it. So
that's a great point.
That's one of my. Never know what you'll catch on a crappie jig. That's what's fun about it.
Exactly. I always say that too.
Heck yeah, man.
Only got to take 2 or 3 reels in one box. It's glorious.
Well, enjoy it out there, man. Whether you're fishing or you're just paddling around, and everybody go get your Kayak Kushion because they are amazing. Seriously.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you're down in y'all's area, check it out or order online from y'all. I know y'all are blowing up, so yeah, I hope everyone checks y'all out.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Have a great one, man. We'll talk soon.
Y'all have a good evening. Take care.
See you, buddy.
All right. Bye.
Wasn't that so informative? That was great. Thank you so much, Brandon. Seriously.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to him, getting to know him a little better, and found out that he is a crappie fisherman too, which is another win-win.
That's right. It's always good to meet another crappie head, and you and I love getting out there and catching those delicious morsels. But I think he's probably forgotten more science than I'll ever learn.
Exactly. I did not know there was so much research that went into that. I mean, I should have known because they're freaking awesome cushions.
Yeah,
but
it's such a great product that you would figure a ton of energy and man hours and science just went behind that, and it totally did. And so that was reassuring. I
mean, 2 whole years before we even got the product out. I mean, that's really great to know that.
So cool. And just what a great story. And you guys go check them out. Kayak Kushion, again, Kushion with a K. And you can find them on our website, in the store. Give us a call. Jessica and I have taken ours out plenty of times. We've even taken ours to plenty of sporting events and random camping events. And they are lifesavers. They're great.
Yeah, exactly. And as always, if you are enjoying our podcast, don't forget to rate and review us so that other people can find us. And if you have any suggestions or questions that you want to reach out to us and let us know, you can email us at podcast@theyakshack.com.
That's right. And Jessica and I have actually gotten out on the water and caught some kayak fish lately. It's been great. The fall transition is on. Everybody get out there and go kayak fish. And if you haven't figured out that this is the greatest kayak fishing podcast of all time, I mean,
then you better keep listening,
because it's gonna happen. We're gonna turn you around. And thank you guys very much again. It's always so fun, and I hope you have an amazing week.
Bye, y'all.